All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday morning. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah, I do pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in multiple ways as Bitcoin is consolidating a huge move for crypto and altcoins is loading, as the title of the video says. But this happens first. As you can clearly see, this has to happen first. What is the question? Well, we're going to be answering what, but in the meantime, make sure to smash into the poll and the like button. What do you say? Yes or no? That's what I want to know today. What do you guys say? Yes or no? Let me know in the poll. Yes or no? And yes. No. Yes. No. Bitcoin getting a pump, rejecting a little bit off the Fibonacci 886 level, awaiting for our next big push to $125 billion. And we got to give a major shout out right now to everybody in the chat. Make sure to smash the likes because, as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour of the stream, we will be giving away $1,000. Got to give a major shout out to King of Bitcoin, HFG, in the chat. What is up, my man? Shout out to Wavy. Good to see you here. Shout out to AI. What happens, Ferts? I let out a little Fert today. Shout out to Darren Does Things. He says, let's pump and drum hop. Perhaps an ill-advised entry, but I went long again. What's up, bro? Shout out to Usama Yunaz. Yo, my man. Flipper Frank. Lasers go pew pew. Annabelle Manuel, what is going on? Bobcat Man says 8K coming. Shout out to Fred Sloan. He says Tyson posted an AI picture on his Facebook and it looks like Jason Casper. Shout out to Fred Sloan again and Mystic Mel from the UK. What is going on, Mystic Mel from the UK? God bless you. And may God bless your daughter who loves my pump song. Alright, thank you so much for being in the chat today from the UK. And shout out to all my people from the UK. Shout out to Crypto Incognito. He's giving it to you straight, never giving it to you gay. Straight from the UK. And I don't know, I went a little Aussie there, but it's hard. It's hard. Shout out to Rabin Hassan. Hola, hola to you, mi amigo. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás usted? Muy bien, gracias. Shout out to Kwame and Big Ways and Jay Becker. Shout out to Crypto Incognito and Benja. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Shout out to Tin Can Poker. Now here's the thing, guys. Today, as Bitcoin is gearing up for our next move, shout out to Bullish on Parade and Dorianji June from India. Shout out to everyone listening from India. Put where you're at in the chat. We got people from all over the place. Shout out to Sergeant Squid. Good to see you, Sergeant Squid. God bless you. Shout out to Juicy Diaper. And Crypto Buys. Alright. From Scotland. We got Scotland in the house. We got India. We got the UK. We got the United States of America. We got Massey. He says bonjour. I forget. Is that French or Italian? Who knows? Who knows? And as an American, who cares? Alright? All we care about is English. If you don't know English, I don't know what to say then. I don't know. Now look, in about half an hour, 29 minutes to be exact, CPI data, inflazione, as we say in French, or Spanish or Italian. The, one of those romantic languages, super romantic. How much money has the Federal Reserve stolen from you since 1913? Very romantic. It's called inflazione. Inflazione, how much money we take from you? Inflazione. And we're going to see what the inflazione is. AKA inflation, AKA CPI. Now, why is this so important? Well, the CPI moves the market when the data comes out. And right now, people are kind of writing in that inflation is going to go up. All right? People are looking that the CPI is going to go up. All right? And this could be a little bearish. And so we want to watch this news come out to say, look, if it's lower than expected, we could expect some bullish move, maybe locally. If it's higher than expected, expect some bearish dump. But in general, yes, it does indeed cause short-term volatility. Let's just put it that way. In general, the CPI causes short-term volatility. We can expect at 8:30 a big wick on the 1-minute time frame, on the 5-minute time frame, maybe even acting as a catalyst to give us a larger move, either to the upside or to the downside. Because right now you can see we're kind of consolidating in this triangle. And this is a juicy recipe for liquidity grabs to the upside and to the downside. All right? It's a very juicy recipe for wrecking all the shorts or wrecking all the longs, and then honestly coming back into the range. So what we can probably expect from CPI is something like this. Either a big dump and then maybe a move back into the range, or a very large pump and then maybe a move back into the range. Now, once we're back into the range, I think the oscillators are then going to tell us what the market wants to do in the future, because typically we get that first injection. All right? Just one little injection. Actually, just two. You just need 2 injections. And then that's it. No more injections after that. Just kidding. You need 3, 4, 5. In fact, now you just need an injection every few minutes, because really it's the volume that moves the market. If you're not getting the volume injected into the market's not going to move, right? So we get a little injection of volume, come down maybe, back into the range. By this time, market Cipher B is going to probably have extremely bullish looking divergences, which will then say, man, oh man, the weekend's coming. We might have another weekend pumperoni and queso, right? Or we might see something different. We might see something like this, where then now we have bearish divergence, right? So this is really what we kind of want to look for. The news comes out. We're not trying to trade the news. We're not trying to front run the news. But the news is going to give us a little bit of movement, and that movement's going to help us form a bias for the weekend and even next week. And in general, we could say that, look, if inflation's lower than expected, which it probably won't be, that's pretty bullish. If it's higher than expected, that's kind of bearish, and we can factor that in as well. All right. So you can see right now Bitcoin getting a bounce right from the level given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And, of course, we're still in the short from the short trade given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Got to shout out the Casper Crew, JasonCasperTrading.com, best trading community in the world. 4 instructors every single day giving you their trade setups and levels on the low time frames. All right. We also got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN right now, offering 20% cash back. So if you want to trade and get 20% cash back on your deposit, BLOFIN is pretty cool. Plus, they give $500 away every single month if you sign up using my link. And if you sign up using my link, they give you discounted fees, plus a chance to win all these prizes. Even a sack of cash, baby. You could even win the Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad, Poor Dad bike. Everyone knows when you drive past your kid's elementary school, they're going to all look out the window and say, man, look at that kid's rich dad on his Robert Kiyosaki bike. All right, you could even win a Tesla Model 333. All right, wow, or a chair. I mean, can you imagine how much life your better would be? How much better your life would be if you sat down in a chair that's not the chair you're sitting in right now? I mean, wow. We also gotta give a major shout out to ANTARCTIC. Decentralized exchange, lowest fees in the game, SVIP privileges, plus remember ANTARCTIC exchange, you own the exchange if you're trading on it. All right, there's no market maker. We're the market maker. We trade against each other. It's fair, no stop hunts. And everything's held on your own private wallet. So there's no frozen accounts. There's no hacking, nothing. Unless you get hacked. Personally, right? Plus, if you're trading on an exchange, you share in the fees. You share in the liquidations, everything. Right? Made by traders, for traders, no KYC ever. It's going to change the name of the game. All right? Super stoked on ANTARCTIC exchange. Also, remember to check out the free course on YouTube, How to Trade. All right? The free course on YouTube, How to Trade, 18 sessions here. All right? 18 sessions. And if you're me, you'll also have recommended videos, Synthwave, Space Wave Journey, and How to Lose Fat 2 times faster, a genius strategy. All right? Now, let's discuss the chart here as we're gearing up for the news, and we're going to watch the news live. I kind of want to start with Ethereum today. Make sure to smash up the likes, because shout out to Dano Crypto in the chat, by the way. What's up, Dano? Imagine how much chair your better would be, guys. ETH right now is doing something historic, and it's hard to notice to the untrained eye, but here's the deal. As we can clearly see on the chart, this is such a key level for ETH. Such a key level for ETH. Why is this such a key level for ETH? This is a level we've been looking at ever since we lost it back in February. But this is the 2-year volume area profile. All right, for the past 2 years, the fair price of ETH has been between $2,700 and $4,000. We have lost that level to the downside for a few months, all right? Since February, we have been trading ETH below the fair value, which is not a very bullish thing. But as we know, fair value zones, when you lose them, and when you come back inside of them, this is very bullish. You get magnet sucked up to the top of the fair value zone. All right, so right now, is my voice cracking? Look, guys, I just started going through puberty. I woke up this morning, lifted up my armpit, and I got like 3 massively long hairs just coming out of nowhere, okay? Now that we've closed the candle above here, our first target now is going to be $3,300, the POC of the range. And if we reclaim this, we're coming up to the value area high. It's very similar to what Bitcoin was doing back in April. Remember back in April on this channel, which is why you got to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. All right, because we were saying the same thing about Bitcoin. If we reclaim the value area low of the range, our target is the top of that value area. And we are seeing ETH right now being very bullish acting, you know?
Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason.
And so the context of ETH is that we are reclaiming key resistance. If we hold that support now, we're going to get a move to the upside. Now, I also want to talk about the monthly on ETH here. ETH, the reason why ETH is so important is because, in my opinion, ETH is going to be the leader of the altcoins, right? The ETH Bitcoin chart can give us predictions on what the altcoin market in general is going to do. Look at this monthly chart on ETH, guys, all right? Just take a moment to appreciate the bullish hammer, the bullish engulfing candle, and now, with 3 weeks still, give or take, left in the month, we are printing this green dot on market Cipher B below the 0 line on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame. This is insane. We have never seen, when Bitcoin is at all-time highs, a monthly dot print on an altcoin like Ethereum, number 2 market cap, below the 0 line on market Cipher B. This, in my opinion, as long as Bitcoin doesn't get a major dump, especially if Bitcoin makes a higher high and holds above 110, 112,000, this is going to be the catalyst to push ETH. ETH is going to have its day. We're going to break out of this triangle now, because once we come to $4,000, it's not just the fair value zone, it's the break of this resistance. All right, it's the break of this resistance that we've had since November 2021. All right, how many years is that now? Who knows? I can't do math. 4 years of resistance. We're going to break out. We have a very bullish signal here. All right. So ETH right now is doing something. A lot of people are paying attention to it. I also want to just point out that this is the first time we've been able to really get a big push above this level. Every time we tried, failed, we tried, failed, we tried, failed, we tried, failed. Now we have a big bullish daily candle and then another big bullish daily candle with a powerful close above. All right, so we are seeing a change here. We are seeing a breakout, which basically means now what used to be key resistance at 2,700 is now very key support, which basically means a hold above this level. It means we're going to get that pump up to $3,300. Now, I want to take a look at the daily money flow here and the daily momentum wave, because in my opinion, this is also showing us major signs of strength. When you're seeing the money flow getting thicker like this, after a momentum wave below the 0 line on the daily time frame during consolidation, this is extremely bullish. All right, I have to say, things are looking quite bullish for ETH right now. Extremely bullish. Do not be surprised, guys, if we see insane moves on ETH. All right, and I'm talking 20 to 45% within a few days. All right, we could see something like what we saw here. All right, in a few days, we saw 25% move to the upside. We could see something like what we saw back here. All right, within one day, we saw a 20% move to the upside. All right, this is the kind of thing we're getting ready, in my opinion, to happen on ETH. All right, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Now, we have to also understand this in the context of Bitcoin here. All right, we have to understand this in the context of Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now also, in my opinion, looking extremely bullish. And why do I say this? It's because if we just zoom out here and look at what's happened with the Bitcoin price for the past few months, we understand that just like ETH had its very important level of $2,700, Bitcoin has this very important level of like 107. Because above this level, is where historically the Bitcoin price has been considered overvalued. And whenever the price comes above the level, the market says, you know what, Bitcoin's overvalued, let me sell, and then we got to move back down to the fair value zone low, right? That happened twice. Now the third time, it tried to happen. People sold, people took profits, Bitcoin started to get a move to the downside. But look at what happened. We failed to make a new swing low, right? We had our uptrend, our low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high. We failed to close a candle below that higher low in the uptrend, right? We failed to do it. We wicked down a little bit, and then we came back up above this level, right? So remember, this white line is considered overvalued Bitcoin. The market tried to push us down back to fair value, but failed to actually change the market structure from bullish into bearish, and is now back above that level, showing us that at least right now, the market does want to trade Bitcoin at higher prices. In addition to this, I say we have a very bullish continuation pattern on market Cipher B, which is this. Whenever you have a nice bottom where the price comes down to key support, and this was extremely key support, and then you see the momentum waves getting higher over time like this is called a bullish divergence. It means the market is way overextended to the downside, and even though the price keeps dropping, there's not enough sell pressure to maintain that move, because we're seeing momentum come into the market even though price is going down. That's why it's called a divergence. It's doing the opposite. The price is doing the opposite of what the market participators are doing. All right, this is known as an uneven butt cheek pattern. Big, fat, juicy on the left, skinny on the right. And then when you see the uneven butt cheek pattern, that next major signal gives us our continuation. And so right here, we are seeing a massive signal, which is the money flow crossing from the purple into the blue on our oscillator. The last time we saw this, we were here, right? This is the last time we saw a signal similar to the one we're printing now. We had our bullish divergence, right? And then that next money flow cross, green dot, was right here. All right, we have our bullish divergence. Now that next money flow cross, green dot, is right here. This is why we were so keen last week on making sure this green dot on the daily printed before the weekly red dot. It's a continuation pattern. And the money flow also looking thick. All right, so we have 15 minutes, 14 minutes now until the CPI data comes out. And we're going to go down to our 24-minute time frame here. And we're going to be taking a look. Because remember, we expect volatility for CPI. And we expect that volatility to result in clearly identifiable signals to help give us a bias on the market, right? Right now, if we get a pump to the upside, we will have bearish divergences on the chart, right? Also known as the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man-boo pattern. As the price makes a higher high, the oscillator market Cipher B gets lower. The red pepperoni nipples, lower. The man-boos, lower. Even the hair, look at the hair coming down, lower. Even the eyes, a downward slant. The mouth, everything, all right? In fact, if we just copy and paste this onto our chart and kind of extrapolate into the future what market Cipher B could look like, we can see the resemblance is striking, right? It's known as gynecomasticus crooked in the Latin. It's a medical condition of uneven man boobs. But we can also see that depending on how this action plays out, you know, if we get a fast move to the downside, we are seeing on these lower time frames the momentum starting to pick up here, right? We are starting to see the potential of some uneven butt cheeks. So I do believe that whatever happens here in the next 10 minutes is really going to help us determine what we think the price is going to do for the rest of the day, the weekend, and honestly the rest of June. Now, it's super vital. It's super vital, no matter what happens, now, that we don't lose this range that we basically have been trading in here, okay? So regardless of what happens, this chunk of price action right here, super, super, super key. Super key. If we consolidate for longer than what we want, we don't really want to lose this range. We could have a wick down, we could have a wick up, but we don't want to see us losing 97,000. That is not good at all. What we do want to see is we want to see us not faking out the highs again, all right? We want to see a break and a hold, and we really want to see a break and a hold above our current all-time high, $112,000, right? Break and hold above 112, and I'd say we're not just going to have a little push to the upside. We're going to have major follow-through to the upside, and the reason why I say major follow-through to the upside is because when we go back and we zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, and we look at the pattern here that we've had going all the way back to the beginning of the bull market, we can clearly see that you will eat the bugs, you will be happy and own nothing. This is why we trade derivative futures. We don't actually own the Bitcoin we trade, we're just betting on the future price, okay? Every time we get the break, it's a big follow through, right? We have our range, break, huge follow through. Up here, we have our range, break, big follow through. We have our range, break, big follow through. We have our range, right? So what do we expect on the break? We expect big follow through. How much? How much? Potentially up to 50%. That was our last one. Before that, 60%. Before that, it was about 70%. So maybe like a 40% pump. Seems to get less by 10% every time. So a 40% pump, guys, that is going to take us around $150,000 Bitcoin. That's pretty crazy. That would actually be the target of our next big pump. Now, personally, for me, I expect us to front run that a little based on Fibonacci extensions. I'm looking around more 140, 145-ish. But I expect a big pump when we break this range here. And so, yeah, that's what I'm expecting, baby. Let's go down to the 12-minute here. Whoa, we got a little bit of a purple. Big dirty perp. Big dirty perp. We got big dirty perp. Man. Big dirty perp coming on in, and we got 9 minutes until the news. All right. Make sure to smash the likes. We got 1,265 people in here, only 300 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers here. All right, man, we're getting a little bit of a big scary dump. Big dirty perp. Big dirty perp in the house, man. Look at that. We got big dirty perp. Oh my goodness. Can you guys believe that? I can't even believe that. And once this news comes out, we are going to see even more volatility than this, guys. All right, we're going to see even more volatility than this. Man, this is an ominous looking candle right here. Big dirty perp. Yeah. 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 Hey, yo. Look at the chart, big dirty perp coming in, trying to get you hurt. Don't get the herp, cause you know the man is so dirty. Looking at the chart, it ain't so pretty, but we're coming down with the wick. Bitcoin price back to her old tricks. Coming to the golden pocket 786. Sit back, relax as Jason Casper spits. Yeah, here we go, about to get a big dump. Bitcoin better turn around, we wanna see the pump, cause we got the CPI coming out. Smile on my face, about to turn to pouts, cause you know I was happy, but now I'm so sad, cause the Bitcoin price was good, but now it's so bad. And you know, we're looking like we had the opportunity to long the top, but now it's going bad. Turn around, we got the purple candles blue. Bitcoin about to show you what she gonna do. Sit back, I'ma take it to the trading school. Jason Casper on the treadmill, he is not a fool. Just kidding, cause the man got a plunger. Bitcoin price wick down under. But we're gonna come down to the 5-second. Bitcoin price looks like she want to reckon. Reckon with us, reckon with us. Next thing you know, we're losing our trust. We're breaking the must, like the mustard on the sandwich. The Bitcoin price, can you even handle this? Yeah, now the candle's turning purple. Jason Casper's such a nerd like Steve Urkel. I'd like to go to 7-Eleven slushy slurp, yo. We're doing it every day, no derp, yo. But derp, 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 Jason's so stupid. Sitting on the toilet, he's about to go poop it. Squeeze it out from the behind. Bitcoin price chilling in the slime, cause you know we're stuck. Got the green slime with the key lime pine. Now we start to pump up just behind the blue candle on the 5-second time frame. Bitcoin price insane in the membrane. Oh my goodness, while I spit on the mic. 6 minutes till the CPI comes out right. Then we'll know about the inflation. Bitcoin price is on vacation. On the beach, in the sleet, in the ocean getting sucked by a leech. Got the fishes coming out, better do your dishes pout, cause we're going to the dishwasher. Now we got the clout on the Twitter, cause we're trading every day. I give it to you straight, you know I never give it gay. Coming to the treadmill just to take the trades. So dang serious, you know I never play. Yeah, now we got a little flat action. Bitcoin waiting for the nice reaction. Then we come and you know we traction. Like the car and the tires go back to back, hun. Yeah, we in the car, hit the gas. You know we push it to the metal, driving fast. Next thing you know we gotta get some gas, cause we're running out here. But then you know we gonna blast the resistance. Then we go the distance. Put in the key, twist on our pistons. Yeah, now we're about to get the mission. Pump the Bitcoin to the top, man, listen. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Alright, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the CPI comes out. All right, 5 minutes. All right, guys, this is interesting. This is some interesting stuff that we got on the chart here. All right, some interesting stuff that we got on the chart. All right, here we go. 4 minutes. We're gonna watch it live, baby. Let's check out the order flow while we got it open. All right. Let's see what in general the order flow is looking like here. Okay, it's a pretty bearish CVD divergence, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're actually seeing longs locally here being absorbed. All right, we're seeing longs getting absorbed under VWAP. Not the best look for Bitcoin here. Some pretty bearish CVD up here. And then even more bearish CVD forming here. So yeah, I would say that maybe we expect a little bit of a dump in the 3-minute news. All right, let's get on over to forexfactory.com. 2 minutes and 48 seconds, baby. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, baby. All right, I'm excited. You guys excited? You got the butterflies? I got the butterflies. You guys got the butterflies? Take out the shorts and take out the longs, then new all-time high. Let's do it, bullish on parade. We got 4 minutes, says James Wynn is long again? Where does this guy get the money, man? Smash up the likes, guys. We got 1,300 people. Let's smash those likes. Come on. Come on, come on. You know? All right, we got 3 minutes, man. This is the 5-second time frame, just so everyone knows, because it's more fun to watch the volatility on a 5-second time frame. All right, and we're waiting. The market's waiting. Everyone's waiting. It's so frustrating. By the way, guys, make sure to check out the free course. All right, it's on my YouTube channel under playlists. Don't sleep on it, man. If you've been struggling to become a profitable trader, check it out. Red Bull, 0 sugar, 0 calories. It's the best ever. Man, I gotta be honest with you. Don't be drinking that stuff. It'll kill you. Just drink some good old-fashioned coffee. That's what us Cubans do. We drink espresso. Big Dirty Perp and the Juicy Blue. That's right. Is there a hidden bullish div on the 24 right now? I have to say, the 5-minute money flow is looking thick. 5-second, I mean, looking thick here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. All right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. 5-second time frame giving us a little bit of a pump. Let's check out our 24-minute. All right. Is that a hidden bull div? Technically, yes. Technically speaking, yes, that is. All right, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. 1 minute. What is this green line here? Oh, that's just the range high. All right, let's, I just want to make sure that we have our important levels on the chart. So let me get our volume profile on here, guys. All right. There we go. This is value area high, very, very, very key. We're going to mark that on the chart. That's the value area high. We're going to put our previous all-time high up here. This is going to be key. 1 minute. And let's also pull our fib. Golden pocket. And remember, we're rejecting from around the 886 fib, which means the probabilities of all-time high are the best. Okay, here we go, baby. We are getting that move. Oh, my goodness. Look at this 5-second candle here. Wow! Whoa! All right, let's see what happened with the news. Wow! Whoa! Guys, inflation is way lower than expected by 0.2%. Oh my goodness, wow. That's unexpected. That's pretty bullish, man. That's bullish. Now remember, we expect short-term volatility here. But this is bullish. Look at this candle. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy candale. Es loco en la cabeza, mi amigo. Es un crazy candale. Es un crazy candale. Es mucho loco en la cabeza. Sí. Yo hablo español en italiano accentiente. All right. Now remember, we just expect the volatility short term here. Let's go zoom out here on our 24-minute. All right. This is much better than expected, guys. This is much better than expected. Let's see if we can't get some pumpage here. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of pumpage here. The stock market's booming up, baby. The stock market is booming up. Let's check out the S&P real quick. Whoa, this is the ES Mini Futures S&P 500 Futures. Whoa. Let's check out the dollar dumping, baby. Dollar dumping, yeah. You know, isn't it funny? When inflation goes down, it's technically bad for the dollar. That's how you know your financial system's messed up. All right, this is the ES, the S&P 500, NASDAQ. NASDAQ pumping like a wild lady. NASDAQ's pumping like crazy. The adrenaline's pumping like the time I got caught trading and driving. All right, let's see. Gold pumping. S&P 500 pumping. Bitcoin pumping. ETH pumping, baby. ETH is pumping. ETH about to get vacuum sucked up to 4,000 in my opinion. The 24-hour bottomed out on ETH. VWAP looking nice. The 1 hour on ETH. Oh my goodness. Look, I am not telling anybody to long right now. All I'm saying is this looks so bullish right now on ETH on the 1 hour time frame. All right. Again, I'm not a big fan of trading news. All right, but this definitely gives me a very bullish bias, especially for when the market opens in about half an hour. I'm sorry, in about 1 hour. in about 1 hour. And we are going to be going live in the Casper Crew VIP Discord for small time frame analysis and live trading setups. All right, so make sure if you're interested in that, go to jasoncaspertrading.com and join the community. All right. Also, got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, link in the description. Low fees, cash back, great deals. ANTARCTIC exchange, very low fees, an amazing exchange. All right. Also, I got to give a shout out to Crypto Face and Market Cipher. All right. And I got to give a major shout out to Robert Harold for the super chat. Robert Harold for the super chat. What you think about that? You got the super chat. Wow. He says this means they're going to go drop rates. Maybe, yeah, we'll see. I mean, you know, who knows? Who knows? Jerome Powell is such a funny guy. They ask him all these questions, he's like, I don't know. He doesn't use quite that word, but basically, what do you think about this? Well, I don't know. I don't know. They're like, what would have to happen for you to cut rates? They asked him last time. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Man, oh man. But yeah, if they start cutting rates, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is going to hit our next major key resistance, man, which is, like I said, my cycle top prediction here is just front run 145, maybe 144. It's a Fibonacci extension target. Here we go, baby. Bitcoin getting a big move after some bullish news. Inflation is lower than expected. All right. And we are long on Bitcoin right now, baby. Up $43,000 in profits from the level given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Also, in another long trade from the setup given in the Casper Crew, up another 7,000. So we're up 50K, baby. 50K since April 22nd. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. All right, up more than that, actually, because we had other trades. We had other trades open as well. Other trades open as well. So here we go, baby. Let's see. Starting to get a little bit of big dirty perp here on the chart. Starting to get a little bit of big dirty perp here on the chart. Soul is popping. That's your sell point, Felipe, 143? Yeah, that's a sell point for me as well. Dan Nixon says new all-time high today. Let's go, baby. Look, when New York opens in about an hour. Shout out to Sam Price. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. Shout out to the Crypto Lifers in the house. All right, don't long, the market will dump. We're going to dump hard. Now, here's the thing, guys, and this is true. You can't just long because we had news and a big candle like this. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. But what we can say is that the technicals look very bullish across all the time frames. The fundamentals now are in line with the technicals. And so, to me, that means if we do dump, we look for the long. All right? If we dump, we look for the long. All right? We're not here to trade the news, but we're here to say, all right, we got bullish technicals. We just spent the whole beginning of the stream talking about the bullish technicals. Now we got some bullish fundamentals coming in. Inflation much lower than expected. I mean, they're expecting it to go up. Right? They're expecting it to go up. It didn't even stay the same. It's down 0.2% lower than expected, right? It went down. It didn't even stay the same. So that is very interesting. All right? And I'm telling you guys, this 2-day time frame, this is not a good time to get bearish on Bitcoin. All right? Just, I mean, maybe we dump. We don't know what's going to happen for certain. But these high time frames on Bitcoin, bullish. ETH, even more bullish, man. Check out Sol. Man, ETH is so bullish. Look at that, nice. On the 2-day time frame, this candle will close in 12 hours. A very bullish 2-day candle. Solana, look at Sol, guys. All right. What did we want to see for upside? All right. We've had this on the chart since Sunday. We wanted to see a reclaim of 156 and a back test. What do we literally see? Reclaim, back test. Reclaim and back test. Let's see. We can see it to the dang dollar. We pump up above the green line. We back test. Boom. All right. Everything across the board is looking bullish. Bullish market structure change now on Sol. Sol is making another higher high back into the local range. Everything looks bullish. Could we dump? Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, and I'm sorry to be so bullish lately, honestly. I have to, I almost, you know, I almost feel a little guilty when I get so bullish, because I don't want to lead anybody astray, alright? But if you follow my channel for a long time, you guys know I am not that way, alright? It's very rare that I am very biased toward one side. I'm usually pretty neutral. But when the high time frames on Market Cipher are giving such clear signals, you gotta take that stuff seriously, alright? Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's when I don't take high time frame signals seriously, I always regret it. Because I always miss out. I miss out on gains, I miss out on opportunities, and in hindsight, I'm like, why didn't I just follow what the high time frame stuff was saying, right? You know? Can we check SWE? Can we check SWE? Shout out to Sergeant Squid. Yeah, let's check SWE for Sergeant Squid, alright? Okay, SWE is looking pretty juiced. Let me pop it up real quick. I know you guys can't see it yet. Alright, so here's the deal. Here's the deal with SWE. Is it SWE or SWE? I've never known. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. We got almost 1,500 people now. It's only 400 likes. Let's guys, do you understand if 1,000 people like the stream, I give away $1,000? We've given away tens of thousands of dollars on these streams. The morning people don't like as much as the afternoon people, I've noticed. Because we used to stream at 1 p.m. Alright, so here's the deal with SWE. We have ourselves the local sideways range right here. Alright, we had a big pump. Now we're forming what appears to be a bit of a bull flag here. We've also got ourselves this resistance that it looks like we are breaking out of right now. Alright. Let's discuss how this is looking on the daily. Okay, so on the daily we have a very big continuation pattern here. We have our bullish divergence right here at value area low. We have the uneven butt cheek pattern, left cheek, right cheek, money flow getting higher, looking just like this. Alright. Now we have our trigger wave printing here. As we're printing our trigger wave, we are getting a liquidity grab of the range lows, back testing our support resistance flip from right over here. Alright, back testing support resistance flip. And on these lower time frames like the 1 hour, we are very, very oversold. We don't necessarily have a bullish divergence here, but the high time frame is showing a continuation pattern. And now we've come back into the range. Alright, we've come back into the range, and we've come back into the range and back tested, and now we're getting another move, bullish market structure. So our next target for SWE is going to be the value area high, $3.79. And because we're printing a high time frame continuation pattern, I would actually expect a break of this. Alright? Given the bullishness of Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would expect SWE also to get follow through from the break of this range here. Alright? We have ourselves a nice continuation pattern on the daily. The 2-day looks absolutely gorgeous right now. The 2-day on SWE looks absolutely beautiful. Like, amazingly beautiful. The money flow is getting higher. This is the basic strategy on Market Cipher. In fact, this is better than the basic strategy on Market Cipher. Okay, because the basic strategy, as CryptoFace uses it, is basically, you look for this. You look for this exact thing here, right? Once that money flow is coming up, that trigger wave. But what makes this better than basic strategy is the fact that the first trigger wave here was a divergence. All right, when that first trigger wave is a divergence, it's very different than it just being a normal trigger wave, right? If this was our low, and then we made a high, and then this was a higher low, all right, this wouldn't look so bad. But because we made a lower low here, but the momentum's getting higher, that makes this trigger wave ultra powerful. All right, ultra. And we just closed it 1 candle ago. All right, looks good to me. Looks bullish to me. It looks really nice to me. It looks like we're gonna break out of this and come up to take the highs at eventually at $5.30. That's what it looks like to me. All right. We got to give a major shout to our super chats. Kuhal Kumar. Any targets for ETH? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, we got targets for ETH, man. Our next target for ETH is $3,300. We're holding above 2,700, very bullish. And then 4,000, value area high. And then 5,500, Fibonacci extension. And then 8,500 Fibonacci extension. Here we go, baby. ETH getting a pump right now. Look at this. ETH getting a pump right now, guys. It's looking good. It's looking good. We are going to get vacuum sucked to 3,300, man. It could happen today, honestly. Look at the daily. It could happen today, man. We could see ETH today, just within the next few hours, pump up 17%. I'm not telling anybody to long here, okay? Again, when you're leverage trading, you have to wait for a setup. You can't just long because you think the price is going to go up. That's not how you trade, okay? I could be bullish and not take a long because I don't have a setup. If you're looking for setups, join the Dan Casper Crew VIP Discord where we'll give our setups on the low time frames, okay? But just because you're bullish doesn't mean you should be taking a trade. And if you don't know how to trade, check out the free course on my website. 18 sessions, free trading course. Goes over everything you need to know to actually do this and do it right without losing everything. Alright, check it out. Alright, I don't want people long in here because I'm bullish. I'm bullish, but I'm not long in ETH right now. I need a setup, alright? Bitcoin also pumping, baby. Shout out to the Casper crew. Bitcoin getting a bounce exactly from the level we were prepared for. After getting a rejection exactly from the level we were prepared for. 111,893. Looking for that short. Back on May 22nd. And literally, I'm still in the short. Okay? Look at that. Setup given. Short taken. $3,000 made. Profits locked in. Alright? That's how you do it. Shout out to Robert again. Inflation goes up, bullish. Crypto. Inflation goes down, bullish crypto. Pay attention, dollar is dead. New financial system coming soon. Yeah, that's for sure. The new financial system is coming soon. And it's going to involve crypto, and it's going to involve blockchain. And it's going to enslave everybody, you know? Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Alright, guys. Make sure to smash up the likes. Powell will drop rates soon. Mark my words, says preparing for war. That's the only thing the Fed can do is cut rates. They're a one-trick pony. And their one trick is cut the rates. Cut the rates. Cut those rates, baby. Cut those rates. Alright, guys, I gotta head out. We will continue this stream in the Casper Crew VIP Discord in about 15 minutes for New York Open. Make sure to check it out at jasoncaspertrading.com, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.